Well, howdy folks, hope you're all doing very well. Welcome back to Simulation for the Nation, and welcome back along to Oakfield Farm here today. We are busy, we're stacking up, grouping bales of hay. We flew through the fields we had cut down and headed our way to go. And now we've actually got a heck of a lot of bales we need to try and get cleared up here. So that's what we're doing. Before we bring in any tractors and trailers, I'm just spending a little bit of time going around grouping them up into groups of 3, and so it means that when the trailers are in the field here, we can just have at it straight away and get them all loaded up, so it's a little bit quicker really. I think I've probably got another 10 or 12 or something over the corner of this field here, so it shouldn't take us too much longer. We've actually led in the top field on the north side of the barns there. Now if you may recall, that was one of the fields that we cut for first cut silage as well. So that is all in, which is good. That's in the barn. There's actually that huge hay barn's nearly full. It's over half full at least. So we'll get all these in. Hopefully, he says. We should get them all in. Let's start with that, and then we'll have to see how we're looking from there as to whether or not we can get them all in after that stage. So I'm really not quite sure how we'll go about that at the moment, but we shall see. We can, or we may have a few ulterior options for storage over actually at George's yard. He's put up a couple of new sheds, so he's got a little bit of extra storage space these days. If we do have that many bales, then we're likely just going to sell whatever doesn't fit into our shed, I think. So again, if we can store them in George's shed for now, then that's perfect, but we'll see. Never rule anything out really, and I think I said when we were on when we were actually baling, I didn't expect to get that many bales, so it's a very nice, a welcome surprise to see these have this higher yield. Really, it's fantastic. So we'll see how that comes along, and we'll we'll make of this situation what we can. But for now, I just want to get these all stacked up. The great thing about stacking these up now as well, even if we don't get them all cleared tonight, then it lifts lifts the bales, or all but one of the bales off the deck really. So if it does get a bit damp through the night there, they won't absorb, they all won't absorb the dampness from the ground. Only one will, which we can live with that. We can live with that. But like I say, it's supposed to be quite a mild night tonight anyway. The dew point's quite high, so it shouldn't be too damp. And if it stays like that, then that's perfect. And like I say, I really want to get these cleared, put into the barn, and get the fields cleared off before it. And I really want to get these cleared and get the field cleared off before the weather turns too foul. And also, we've got to remember that we need to get cracking with the spring harvest shortly. So the second we can jump on with that, I really don't have to think about coming back to clear some hay. As you can see, not a great deal left there. I think I can see 3 down the bottom end there. There's 1 up here, and there might be a couple more behind these trees. So we'll get all these, and then we'll, yeah, consider that a good haul, really. There we go. So how are you all doing? How's everyone coming along when they're watching this? Hope you're all very well. Now, once again, a huge welcome to everyone who's just found the channel. There's been a lot of you who have very nicely commented, and big thank you for that as well, to say that you're loving the content. That's fantastic to hear, it really is. Glad it's been so well received. So thank you very much, hope you do continue to enjoy. And like I always say, do please let me know any newcomers watching along, where you're watching from. Just drop it down in the comments below, let me know, because it's nice to build up a bit of kind of an understanding really. And I'm toying with the idea of doing something with that as well, but we'll see if we get time to, because at the moment harvest is taking over really, so we shall see. Get in there. Perfect. Okay, so what we might go and do, because we've got these stacked up here, we've also got probably in the region, I don't know, around, I've stacked the bales up on the top field as well. in the on top of the block of the leased land on the far side there, and I think there's probably in the region of a good 30 to 40 bales there as well. So I think whilst we're out here, before we get a tractor and trailer down, I'm probably just going to go and have a quick chat with, go over and look into George's yard, see what he's got going. Oh, there's another couple of bales here. That's good. Yeah, we'll have a drive over to George's yard, see what he's got going on, because I'm also quite curious to see what his sheds look like, to be honest. I do like to look at new sheds on the farm, so if I'm not quite sure his intentions for them, apart from letting me put, I fail to believe that he built the shed specifically for me, so we'll have to see what he's got going on there. But yeah, he's not too far away, and even if he's not in, we'll have a look. He said he's got two, they haven't got concrete floors, so it doesn't really make too much of a difference which one we opt to kind of utilise, really. Okay then. So I think that's us done. Looks good. It's nice to kind of get the field cleared a little bit easier, really. You can kind of see what you've got when they're all stacked up a little bit more. And yeah, like I say, it's a lot easier when you got the tractor and trailers in, just to get them up onto the trailer and then done. Rightio, folks. We're just going to have a quick drive over. Just spoken to George on the phone there. We're going to have a quick drive over and see what he's got going on over there. I'm quite curious to have a look at his sheds, really. Hopefully by the time today is out, we'll be able to get some straw stacked or some hay stacked in his sheds. So with that in mind, I'd like to go and see where we're going to stack it first and foremost. That's important. And then yeah, we'll go and have a quick chat with him, just have a nosy round, see what he's been up to, and then we'll come back in here and probably get a few bales put away, I think. It's likely going to be me on my own, so I'll have to like jump between tractor and trailer, but we can do that. That's no big deal. Just nice to kind of make some progress really this afternoon, more than anything else. Happy to have everything baled up now, and yeah, it'd be nice if we can, as I mentioned earlier, just to get this all cleared up before we have to think about what's going on with the harvest. So we'll just keep tugging along. Looks like we've got a bit of a combine convoy coming this way. Let's just pull off the road here a little bit. Let these guys come past. There we go. Nice little tidy operation there. Nice trailers they've got going. Very good. Everyone's busy at the moment, and it's also at a time where everyone's trying to start balancing between everyone except for me, because I still haven't started my spring crops yet, but everyone who has spring cereals in the ground are starting to think about those, and also establishing their winter crops. So there's a lot of like being pushed to the extremes at both ends, really. So we're going to have a wander over here. Like I said, he's put up two sheds. I'm not sure what his intentions are for either of them, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see some more livestock coming onto the farm here soon. So I think I saw his truck in there. Drive into here. So here is shed number 1. Already it's kind of a little bit established there, which is nice, and it's big size actually. A little bit awkward to have to stack bales in though. There's not much room to turn around. And here is shed number 2. So this one's a little bit better for us, I think. We'll come and use these ones, because I can get a tractor and trailer kind of pulled into there and still be able to lead out there and stack in there, which would be good. So I'm not sure how many bales we're going to have coming over here. It's going to be likely to be in the region of, I don't know, maybe 30, 40 perhaps. And to be honest, we might get a contractor to come in and give us a hand with a lorry, just because it's going to be a lot easier up there. So perfect. Looks like we're going to get cracking. Oh, someone's even in here breaking down the land. Now that is a tractor I'd love to have. Look at the size of this. That's monstrous. There are quite a large amount of large contractors in the area actually. this is one of them here. That thing is huge. That's about 670 horsepower, I think. He's making light work of that monstrous cultivator on the back. Anyway, we shall leave them to crack on. And I'm going to jump back into here. We're going to head back on over to the field here now that I know where we can actually get some bales stacked up. And yeah, we'll come back to you in a few, probably in a couple of hours once we've got ourselves well and truly underway with the bales, and we'll give you a little bit of an update. So we'll catch you shortly. Howdy folks, welcome back. We're still pushing ahead. We're clearing this field quite quickly as it goes. As I'm doing this on my own, I'm kind of leapfrogging between tractor and loader. So when I'm on the tractor, I bring two trailers into the field, and then I'll fill them both up and then lead them both up to the yard there. So we've got one trailer full down the bottom there, and we're just working on this one here. That one at the bottom there has got just under 30 bales on it, believe it or not. So it just shows you how many we're going to get off of this field. We're probably close to about 60 actually, I would say. Maybe just above 50. Which is still an awful lot of hay, considering we've already got a shed full. So we will get these loaded up here. It's a lovely evening to be doing it. It's still nice and dry. There's a good cool breeze actually blowing around, so it's making the job quite pleasant actually this evening. Oh, what I do need to do is get myself lined up properly though. Let's try that. Get these ones on here. A little bit further. Missed it entirely. Just want to make sure we get this nice and square. Perfect. Push that top one in a little bit, perhaps once we get the other side on. Where are we going to go? We'll scoot around here. I suppose we go all the way down the bottom and pick these ones up. So I did have a quick phone call with George as well, having just checked out his barns there, and he might actually have a trailer for us, like a big Arctic trailer that he can, I don't think it's his, I think it's actually one that belongs to a friend of his, but if you can get a hold of that, it's going to make carting the bales down from the top of the hill there a little bit quicker. So we might well look into that. But for now, there we are. We'll probably look at, if we can get on to doing that this evening, that'd be ideal, but I'm not holding any hope just yet. We'll have to wait and see. But we'll get this loaded up. What I'll probably do is I'll send up the drone now and get this loaded up here, because it'll take us a little bit of time. So I'll let you watch it all from above. And then, yeah, we will come back when we're taking these back up to the yard. We need to get these stacked up, and we might have to do a little bit of moving around in the sheds as well. So we'll come back to you when we're up there, and when we'll get these all under cover. Okie dokie everybody, welcome back. That was a bit of a longer time lapse than I thought, but just kind of gives you an idea of what we're doing here, how we're getting along. We've got these last two bales off, or last two stacks of bales on this trailer to unload, and we'll unhitch that trailer. Now as you can see, we're not able to stack it quite as high as perhaps I would like. I'm just going to get this one squared up and I'll show you what I mean. Where am I at? There we go, there's my edge. Getting down. Perfect. Now, if I jump out here, give myself a bit more room, get the door open. You can see here we've got the old A-frame roof trusses, and that's kind of stopping me from going 6 high all the way along, so I've got to kind of go in between the trusses, which means we're still getting a fair old whack of bales in here. There's no arguments about that, but perhaps not as many as I would like. But we'll get this filled up anyway. Like I say, we've got one more load to get into here. And then this is the smaller of the two trailers. This one only had about 18 bales on it, I think, all in. Maybe a shade more. This one may have had 21. The other one has just under 30, I think. But we're making some good progress. That is definitely for sure. Slowly get around there. I don't want to keep hitting the beams for the shed. That wouldn't be ideal. Perfect. So what we'll do, we'll just have this snuck into here out the way for now, and then we can go back out in the case and put some trailers away. But yeah, nice to see that we're getting all of these bales pulled in. We're making some good progress here. So we're just going to spin ourselves around. So as you can see, we've got the combine out here ready and raring to go, really. I have it confirmed now, I'm not going to get around that, I have it confirmed that we will be able to, we're going to be borrowing or demonstrating a MacDon header in the coming weeks. As soon as we have a good set of crop available to go at, Charlie's going to bring it over. And so we'll have a go at that. So we might not be keeping our header around for too much longer. It all just depends. We'll see how the demonstration goes. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how that works. Actually, it should be very interesting. Our combine would probably have another year on it before we look to exchange it. But that said, if we can get a good header that will improve its efficiency and its input, and its also output, we might be able to keep this combine around for a little bit longer. So that's what we'll be looking into. Now what we'll do is just going to stick this back around the corner. So it loops around here. Into our kind of little trailer park here. Shame I couldn't get the Herb's trailer in the same colour green. It's kind of just throwing everything off, but I can live with that. Let's go and detach this. Lovely stuff. Okay, so let's get this shit again. We'll head on down to the field. We'll hook hitch up that other trailer. We might just leave those bales on the trailer for today, to be honest, because I think I need to go and feed up the cattle before it gets too late. At least we got them off the ground, and I can easily just back that. I might just put that trailer of hay under the grain dryer for now, and just keep it out of the way. Weather-wise, as we look, we've got the nicest day tomorrow, and then it turns a bit miserable actually. So it's a good job we got this hay in. We'll have to see. We need to go up and get the other load, like I said, but that might not be a job for this evening. I am going to look to see if I can get someone to come in with a bigger trailer, just to make it might get a haulier or someone to come in with a flatbed, 40-foot flatbed, and we might be able to clear that field in one run actually. Save me having to come back in. But yeah, so we're going to be a bit, typically as our crops will be about ready to go there, the weather's going to be a bit hit and miss, but we can just try and work ourselves around that, that's all we can do. Let's get this picked up. Plug that on, lovely stuff. Now I think I've got all my straps on here. So we've got 3, 6, 9. Oh no, beg your pardon. What's that? 6, 12, 18, 24, 27. So we've got just under 50 bales there, all in total. I think we're looking about that's going to be about 48 bales. So that's not a bad haul from one field. Not too bad at all. Get that door shut. Now, once again, I'm not going to be able to get out of that gate there. These trailers are a little bit too long for that. So we'll have to take it out onto the main road. And then, all being well, if the traffic's nice and quiet, we'll just have to do a bit of a 3-point turn to get ourselves around. Because again, there's too much of an angle on this gate here. Looking good. Just put some hazard lights on here. Because I can't see a thing coming behind me. Lovely stuff. Perfect, so we'll just pick this one up here. Cows going to be getting hungry now. Well, it's 7:15, so they'll be well due for the next feed up. Like I said, they do get fed twice a day, usually around 7 AM and between 5 and 7 PM, depending upon how much they've ate. So we will get them all fed up there. Once we get up this hill, come on! Oh, my speed! You know you're pulling this, that's for sure. Come on. There we go. Just about. It's struggling. Excellent stuff. So we'll just stick this into here. I think for now, for this evening. That's good enough. Good enough for me. Have I left my lights on? I have. Good. Okay. So. We did move some straw around on the yard as well, so this shed here is going to be strictly straw only, which we've got the remains of our straw in there. We'll keep the beddar and the diet feeder in here as well, I think. I do like the sounds of this. When that turbo spooling up there, it sounds fantastic. So we'll just stick this onto our usual spot here, and we'll get it. We will get a mix running. Can I get in there? I may have parked the header trailer in the way this morning. We'll have to see. So we're getting a nice bumper crop here. There's more hay here than I actually thought there would be. If we can get the rest of that hay in, which, you know, we might not need George's shed. We could just pull all into here. If we can do that, then that'll be fantastic. I really don't think we're going to need it all, but it's better to have more than not have enough, I think, and we can always sell some off if we have a surplus. So that is good news. I'm very pleased with that. And then we might just leave that space spare there, because I'm not sure how much straw we're going to be making. If the straw comes off anything like this, the hay crop, we're going to have a lot of it, and we're going to need to find space for it somewhere. But it's a nice predicament to be in, particularly with the price of straw at the moment, as I mentioned earlier. No, I think I'm just going to spear this from the side. We'll have to come back for another one. I'm desperate to get the combine going now. Seeing all these other folks driving around and getting operational is doing my head in a little bit. Our silage pit, well, what grass we've got down there is coming on quite nicely. It should be, we should be able to get into that probably in a few weeks' time, actually. I'm alright with leaving it for the moment though, because obviously we've got these bales and we've got some silage bales down the bottom that might be in a good place as well. So at the moment I'm happy with leaving it, but it's nice to know that it's there. Perfect. That's all we need. Uh-oh. Oh boy, 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 boy. Stop this, stop this, stop this, stop this. Right. We have a bit of a problem. Okay, so what we're going to have to do... we can't use the dietary feeder tonight, that's done. We're going to have to try and fish that out somehow and hope and pray that we haven't damaged the insides of the dietary feeder somehow, which could have likely happened there. If you imagine the mixer inside of it is consistently rotating as it's mixing the food, and I think if the forks have dropped in there, I have no idea what's bent or twisted. That was not good. But I need to feed the cows first. So go and get. We've got a fork we use predominantly for fertilizer bags, actually. We've got a fork down the bottom here. We'll pick that up. We'll use that for now just to get these fed up, and then we'll have to... Oh lord, we'll have to try and assess the damage to the feeding wagon somehow. It's not going to be good, I know that much. So yeah, we'll just have to use this to get us through this evening. Oh. Well, that wasn't how I wanted the rest of the day to end. So what I'm going to do, folks, I'm going to just quickly get these cattle fed up here, and we're going to have to see what we can do with regards to the dietary fixer there. I don't think it's going to be... I don't even want to think about how that could end up, so we'll go and have a look at that. We'll see if we can salvage it, we'll see what the damage is, but we need to get these cattle fed first, so I'll do that now. And at that stage, I think I'll leave it all here. So thank you very much for watching, as always. If you have enjoyed today's episode, do feel free to hit that like button. And if you haven't, hit that thumbs down button. And we will be back later on in the week when we'll see what's going on and see... Well, we'll give you a little bit of an overview as to how the dietary fix is coming along. But until then, until we meet again, thank you very much for watching. Do stay safe, enjoy what you're doing. And as always, most importantly, happy farming.